Okay.
All right, I'm ready when y'all are.
So, I don't know if y'all heard that, but I now call this meeting of this District 1 4-H Council to order. Please stand. Mackenzie will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please remain standing as Paige and Lainey lead us in the 4-H motto and pledge. Is Paige on here?
I think you're muted, Paige.
Oh.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
In support of the 4-H Club motto, to make the best better.
I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart my hands
Sword
to
service
better living. My club, my community, my country,
in my world.
Now Lainey will lead us in the, wait. Okay, you may be seated. Sorry. Callie will now share our meeting inspiration.
Okay, this one's kind of longer, but I felt it was kind of appropriate for what we've been going through lately. And it's the remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace that day. We cannot change the past, and we cannot change the fact that people will act a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that 10% of life is what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Charles Swindoll.
Thank you. Tanner, our secretary, will now lead us in roll call.
Okay, so if you will make sure your mic is unmuted and answer your roll call with your favorite Easter candy. We will start with Lydia.
Here, I guess, and I like jelly beans.
Alex.
Here, and mine has to be Reese's Pieces.
I like that. What about Mackenzie?
I'm here, and my favorite is Snickers.
Okay. I'm here, Tanner. Mine is a Hershey's chocolate bar, always. Jet.
Mine is a Reese's egg.
Okay. Lainey. Okay, Lainey's not here. Tasha.
Oh, she's muted, I think.
Oh, it's okay. Is it working?
Yes.
Is it working now?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there's Lainey.
Oh.
Favorite Easter candy?
Oh, jelly beans.
Okay. Tasha.
Here and Snickers.
Paige.
Here, and Reese's eggs.
Got 2 Reese's eggs. Natalie.
Here and egg-shaped gum.
Okay. Callie.
You gotta go with the Peeps all day.
Good choice. Good choice. Okay. So we have everyone here. And we are now going. Okay. Yeah, we have 10 members present, Madam President. And now I will proceed to read the minutes from our December meeting. We met at the District 1 AgriLife Research and Extension Center on December 14th. We were joined by 37 additional members representing 12 different counties. We voted on bylaw changes that made the voting delegate and district council officer election process clear. We also participated in leadership games led by Jet, Tasha, and I. We led a parliamentary procedure Jeopardy game, and Alex and Paige led a dancing station. Our community service activity was making cards to send to the nonprofit organization for hospitalized kids, and we ended the day with none other than a dance.
Thank you, Tanner. Are there any corrections? The minutes will stand approved as read. Tasha will now give our treasurer's report.
Since December, we have had no expenses or deposits. Our balance remains at $200.
Thank you, Tasha. Is there any unfinished business to discuss? Seeing that there is none, we will move on. Our new business is that our next district council meeting in June will be electing the 2020-2021 district council officers. This election will take place at the North Region Power Plant. Please visit District 148 website for more information about running for district council offices. Is there any other new business anyone would like to discuss? At this time, our health and safety officer, Jet, will lead us in our program.
All right. As the number of coronavirus infections continue to rise, the likelihood more people will need to self-quarantine or self-isolate is becoming evident. Whether you're confined to a room because you've been exposed to the virus or simply working at home because your office now requires it, this reduction in physical activity can affect your mind. We are all worrying about whether we have enough food, toilet paper, and medications to stay comfortable in a quarantine, but one of the biggest challenges of quarantine will be to our mental health. While telecommunicating initially sounds like an unplanned vacation, in reality, isolation, lack of schedule, and not enough to do are a foolproof recipe for depression. Luckily, the scientific literature on wellness and mood informs us on what will help us thrive if stuck at home. To battle the possible dip in mood, whether in self-quarantine or self-isolation, here are some suggestions. Get dressed. First, don't give in to the immediate urge to sleep in and stay up late. Set your alarm for your usual time and stick with your morning routine. Shower, eat what you normally would, and make the bed, etc. Get dressed and do not stay in your pajamas. Plan out your week. Have a schedule for the week ahead. Make weekends somewhat different, even if that means having something simple like a making of a more elaborate breakfast or something more involved like embarking on a project. This combination of structure and variation keeps people settled but stimulated, both important for the emotional well-being. Go outside. If you are not confined to the house, take daily walks or jogs. Exercise, sunlight, and being around trees all benefit your mood. If you are stuck inside, try one of the many workouts that you can follow on the internet. Quarantine might give you more time to work out than usual. If so, set SMART goals, meaning that they are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Make it a challenge to increase your sit-ups and number of workouts a week. Exercise has such a positive effect on your mood, it is actually prescribed as treatment for mild to moderate depression. Make it a priority to be in your daily schedule. Be intentional. Use any extra time very intentionally. Don't drift through the weeks. Pick one or two things you wanted to learn about or how to do and teach yourself. Plan to come out of this quarantine with a new skill or hobby. Many famous artists and scientists credit the time they spent being sickly children stuck at home with developing their curiosity or love for a subject. Devote 1 hour of your daily schedule to work on this new skill. If possible, collect any needed materials for this activity ahead of time. Beware of too much social media. Use social media wisely. No doubt social media is your friend when in isolation, but resist scrolling through Facebook and Instagram endlessly. That won't feed your need for connection, but it has been shown in some studies to actually make people feel left out or less than. Instead, use social media to meaningfully connect. Plan weekly or even daily group video chats with friends, family, neighbors, or colleagues. Social connection is one of the most important drivers of well-being. Be a helper. Helping others is a known mood booster. Be aware of who in your circle might be particularly vulnerable during this time and check on them by phone or email. Spread out. Create some space between those cohabitating. People quarantined together run the risk of crowding each other and creating irritation. Normally, you're together most of the time, but separated at other times. Mimic this at home by intentionally planning together times like meals and watching movies in separate times, in separate rooms if possible, like working, reading, and learning. Even if you're quarantined in just one room, plan agreed times when you're not interacting, as if you were not in the same room at all. Shift your mental space. Finally, use principles of mindfulness to shift your mental space should shift your mental stance from frustration about the situation to curiosity. Take on the mindset of an anthropologist or journalist by observing a social experiment. Keep a journal of your experience during quarantine, what you did and how you felt day by day. Taking on this stance will give you a little distance, which can reduce distress, as well as keep you open to the positive or simply interesting things that may happen during this very unusual experience. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you, Jet. I'm pretty sure we can all benefit out of some of that at least. I just want to go over a couple of announcements now. Our senior power camp will be on June 22nd through the 24th at the High Plains Retreat Center. And also this year, our junior leadership camp will be on June 30th at the same place, the High Plains Retreat Center. And if you are looking for anything else, we can find our information and keep up with these events on our District 1 4-H website and our Facebook page. And now, since we have this junior leadership camp this year, if you have Facebook, it might be nice if we start sharing information about it so people are aware of it. So thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Natalie will now lead us in our recreational activity.
Okay, so since we're not able to be next to each other, I figured we would play Two Truths and a Lie, but 4-H related. So I'll start and y'all can hold up your fingers whether 1, 2, or 3 you think is whichever one you think is my lie. Does everyone know how to play? Yes? Okay. So my first one, my favorite 4-H memory must have been Texas 4-H Congress 2 years ago. Or my second one, my favorite color is green. And for my third one, I enjoyed the food nutrition project more than any other. 2, 3. Can't see everyone on the screen. Bailey, you're not playing? Okay. Most of y'all think either 2 or 3, but my lie was number 1. That Texas wasn't my favorite 4-H memory, but yeah. Who would like to go next? Tasha?
Okay. 1, I show pigs. 2, I don't know. I do food nutrition. And 3, I got to show at Houston. Okay, so it's actually 1 I did get to show at Houston, so.
Alrighty, who would like to go next? How about Alex?
Okay, let's see here. I have done shooting sports for 3 years. I have only showed goats, and I have never participated in food or nutrition projects. Okay, yeah, it was number 1. So I think our president should go next.
Okay. My favorite project, 4-H project, is food and nutrition food show. I went to 4-H Roundup as an intermediate. And my favorite color is green. Sorry, I'm going to steal that one too. Yes, it was 1. I have never done food show. I think Callie should go next.
Okay, let's see. I won District 1 Food Challenge 7 years in a row. I have showed something other than pigs, or let me think. I've done food show. Yeah, it was 2. I don't know who hasn't gone. Tanner should go.
Okay, now, let's see. I show sheep, pigs, and steers. I stayed up 18 hours to show a pig. And let's think the third one. And I have never not walked the stage at 4-H Roundup. Yeah, it is 1. I do not show steers, no. Who hasn't gone?
I'm gone.
Jet.
Yeah. All right, so number 1, I like pigs. I like showing pigs more than I like showing steers. Number 2 is my favorite project is shooting sports. And number 3 is I have been to Roundup the past 3 years. Yeah, that's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, who's going? Me? I'll go. Okay.
Yeah.
I've done consumer decision making at State Roundup. I've done beef quiz bowl at State Roundup, and I've done livestock judging at State Roundup, and I qualified in all of them. It was 3. I qualified in the other 2, not the last one.
Okay, now I'll actually go. I like showing goats. I've done food nutrition every single year, and I've done horse judging. It's number 1. I hate showing goats. So. Sorry, Alex.
Whatever.
Okay, I'll go. 1, I participated in a fashion competition. 2, National Congress was my favorite 4-H trip I've been on. And 3, I've been a water ambassador for 2 years. It was 3. I've only been a water ambassador for 1 year.
Has everyone gone?
All right, was that everyone? Or Bailey, do you want to go?
Bailey has to go.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to unmute myself. Number 1, my first job with Extension was in Dallam and Hartley counties. Number 2, I showed goats. Number 3, I showed heifers. Yep, 2. I'm with Mackenzie. I don't like goats. Sorry, Alex.
Alrighty, and that concludes our game.
That was fun. Thank you, Natalie. All right. Thank you all for joining our virtual club meeting, or district council meeting, more so. Do I have any motion to adjourn?
Madam President, I move that we adjourn this meeting.
I second that motion.
It has been moved and seconded. We adjourn the meeting. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say the same sound. Seeing that there are no nays, this meeting is now adjourned.